what is now episode 2 of our NinjaDark hexcrawl campaign that we're doing. NinjaDark is a third-party expansion for Shadowdark. We will leave the just in the description below. We will leave a link to the NinjaDark stuff and the devs there because they're awesome and we appreciate them. This is all kind of early access for that stuff, so yeah, they're cool for letting us do that, and it's great. So we're having a blast with it. But that's enough of that. Let's get right into this thing and get your guys' characters introduced and stuff. Starting at the top, of course, always leading the charge, Homer. Who are you playing today?
Well, first of all, I've got Kurodama, who goes by Odama. He's short and stocky. He's 4 foot. He's got a very large curly black beard. Think hill dwarf. He's a Shami Sohi. Think warrior monk from a remote mountain monastery called the Unnamed Monastery. That's loosely aligned with the Imushi clan. Once he's accomplished his quest, he can return to the monastery. He's good at living off the land and has sort of become the party cook, kind of. One of his codes of honor is to avoid unnecessary worldly wealth, and his faith is primarily focused on justice and cares little for mercy.
Yes. You may be thinking right away, if you're familiar with Shadowdark at all, that like maybe we're investing too much in these characters, but we're all just nerds and we really want to. So we'll just cry about it when they die. Chris, you're next.
I'll be playing a new player tonight. I was playing Kenji. Kenji is going to stay behind with the village and, kind of help with some healing still, with some stuff still. But I will be playing a new player that I'll introduce along the way.
Lovely. Very fun. That will be a fun and good time. Alex, how about you, my guy?
I'm going to be playing Yoshi. He's one of the pre-made characters from the NinjaDark set. And honestly, I really like him. In all reality, I probably would have made this character if they didn't hand out the pre-mades. But he's basically just a tanuki. He's got, the classic ninja look, a fan made of metal, and a nice tiny little sword. It looks big like a samurai sword in my hands, but it's actually a tiny one. And after that I'm basically like a disgraced noble from like the Shippu area. And coming from like the status of being a genin, which is really, really low on the ninja ladder, I'm really trying to prove myself here. So maybe if I find any dirty mata yogas, I'll show them what to do.
Yes. The opposing clan. Okay, that sounds good. Andrew, how about you?
I'm going to be playing Kuru. I'm a samurai from the Imushi clan. I'm from the deep woods of the warriors. I take pride in my clan, and I take honor in it, as well as other clans as well, taking honor in their clans. So I'm very serious, I'm very focused, I'm very driven to a direction, and I want respects for the clans, an old tradition that has been lost in time. So,
yeah, okay. So your character might openly be like the most. I mean, I'm not saying they are, but they might be the most aligned to like a radical for actual like clan faction,
pretty much
business kind of things. That's kind of fun. Okay, cool. All right. Sounds good. For those of you that missed episode 1, we will do a quick little recap here. So spoilers, if you did miss it, here we go. If I missed anything important, you guys, please feel free to throw it in there. Let me know. But, so you were traveling. The first place you came upon was a small village known as Onzen. They really don't have a lot going on. They would have moved at this point if they could have, but they have too much elderly and they didn't want to leave the village behind. Their village is their home. And unfortunately, the Genko clan had managed to bully them into false protection from threats and other clan activity. But realistically, they were just like forcing them to farm rice for them to exhaustion and near death. And the final straw was reached when you guys entered and actually came upon a scene where the Genko directly just stole the very last thing they were relying on for avoiding exhaustion, which was healing potions. The Genko completely stole them from them. You offered to help the best you can. In fact, Kenji went around, bonded with a lot of the villagers through healing. And then you actually took a quest to help them, going to find a yokai that they had helped escape from the Genko. and set up a contract with, but this yokai was really a jerk when you found them and had already pretty much planned to break their contract, go back and just like slaughter the whole village and eat them. Thankfully, with quick thinking and incredible skills, you guys dispatched this yokai without shedding like literally a drop of blood, right? Did you even get touched at all? Yeah, that was, I learned a lot as a GM running Shadowdark that day. And so, yeah, you guys made that happen. You made your way back to the village, gave them the good news. And in doing so, you actually uncovered that yokai's specific like herbal patch that they were using to make medicines they were giving to Anzen. So you actually kind of did, at least somewhat, give Anzen its namesake. Anzen means safety in Japanese, and that was, you made it a little bit closer to that reality at least. Surely they will have issues with the Genko again, but what is it that, what's it really going to look like if Kenji, this is kind of the first thing, we're going to pretty much start here. Kenji's decision, what is that like? They give you free housing, by the way, for that night. You rest there safely, easily. They feed you best they can. You wake up in the morning. What's happening here? Maybe starting with Kenji's decision. Oh, wait, you're muted. Wait.
Can't hear you. We can't hear you.
There's a thing called a mute button. You got to undo that. I don't know if you guys ever heard of that. I'm probably the first to come across this and discover this problem. So, in the morning, Kenji will find everyone and we'll just kind of come up and be like, I'd like to thank you for allowing me to travel with you. However, I feel that I must part ways with you and that there is a calling. I left the temple because of a calling. I'm not quite sure if this is it, but I know there are those who need my help, and I cannot walk away while healing is still required and help is needed. So I must part ways with you.
Maybe better off here than picking these people from those the other clans. I give them a nod, getting my gear ready to go.
I also just try to give him one of those handshakes that ends up involving both of our forearms. I'm gonna say, "You do good here."
Shakes.
Could Kenji give you his last shuriken? And this is his last shuriken, and be like, please use this in the right way, for protection only, of course. But I have no need for it here.
Definitely. And I'll take it in one hand and just start spinning it, just like really, really close to my face. Safety is my first name.
I think I'll come up and I think as a monk, I'm going to be really into fist bumps. So I'll give you I could do like a crazy handshake that like you're just like your hands are just there while I'm like doing the thing. And then I'll be like, well,
I'll be sitting here I'll be trying to do it back.
Well,
and then I just grab, you go to give me the fist bump, and I just kind of go, yes, it was.
I only knew you for a day because I'm like the last to have joined, so I'm like only knew you for a day, and I'm sorry I won't get to have tried your famous cooking, but good luck here. I think you can keep these people safe.
I pray for you all, and that maybe you will find another traveler along the road that may travel with you, and I'm going to go and part ways.
Very good.
All right, see you guys later.
Hopefully someone just as short. My Odamo cares a lot about height, and he liked being the second tallest because he was one of the shortest people from his monastery.
Oh, that makes sense to me. Do I not?
I'll make sure my new player is shorter than you.
Just because they're on a knee. Every time they stand next to him, take a knee.
Okay. So the sorry, I was pulling some stuff up. So the elder leader comes up to you, and he's been maybe eavesdropping a bit, so he kind of hears the whole situation. And basically he's just gonna kind of like kneel down to Kenji and kind of just confirm. He's like, you said you're going to stay with us here at Anzen. Are you sure about that? You seem to be rather acquainted with this party already.
There is something calling me here. As a Shikinji, this is, I need to answer that call. I'm not sure what it is. It may be Inara telling me where I need to be, and I need to listen.
All right. I
I can also take you back to I can guide you to the grove that we found all the stuff in. I can be the guide.
That would be very.
And I would
helpful.
I would call like upon like one of those like the animals like close by, and and kind of show like, hey, this is how I use animals to help me find stuff.
Very cool. Okay, yeah, he's like that will be very helpful. Knowing that we have a healer here will really almost trivialize the whole issue of the Genko taking the last of our healing potions as well. So, at least for the moment, that will be incredibly welcomed, and we will do the best to house you. You will be a hero among this village. But there is one very specific thing you should know before we do that. And it's a bit confidential, I suppose you could say. And he kind of like looks at the rest of the party, and then he's just like, would you mind if I take you aside for a moment? It's just something I want to make sure you know before
please.
your decision's truly made.
Yes, please. I will be more than happy to help in any way that I can.
Okay. So he kind of just walks you aside as the rest of you guys are getting ready. And I'll say this will be above table, but of course, narratively, the only person hearing it is Kenji. But basically, he's just like, you must know, we are housing a rather important individual here at this village, and we've been doing this for a little while now, and somehow the Genko have not quite caught on. But if they find out, we will certainly all be slaughtered. So you should know, we are indeed housing the young heir of the massacred Kazakura clan. His name is Daigoro, and really, right now, unfortunately, he's living in a basement. But I need to make sure you are aware of that. It's not something you should find out before you make your decision, or after you make your decision, rather.
My decision will not change. You obviously do need more help here, and I can provide that. While you focus on your people and on this Daigoro.
Yes, Daigoro.
I'll keep this. I'll keep the focus on the healing and the people staying well. But again, this is where I am called to, and then I'm going to take off really fast, go find everyone, and tell everyone what he just told me.
Just straight up spill the beans. All right, sounds good.
Ask if I could.
I'm just gonna be like, but why? But why are they hiding here? Like, why here of all places?
Well, honestly, while we were out foraging, we found them nearly dead and had no idea the fate that we've crossed paths with when we brought him back and nursed him back to health, until he told us a couple of weeks ago. And truly, he's not quite healed yet, but if you're willing to stay, you may be able to finish the job.
And what is the clan that you said he is from?
The Kazakura clan.
The Kazakura clan. The Kazakura clan. The line directly from the first emperor?
That's, as long as he's not lying to us, that's correct.
I truly feel you must tell the others. This is something the others should know. They can help.
Kind of mulls it over. You've been a great help to him, and you can tell he's been honestly just kind of terrified about the whole situation once it happened, like kind of fell into it. So he's like, yeah, I suppose you're right. Are you sure that we can trust them?
They went and took care of the yokai that was going to kill everyone in this village eventually. Like, so, and they did this with asking nothing from you. You can trust them. They are honorable. They're honorable people. I traveled well with them for many days, and they protected me. Look at me. I am no fighter. I am not one to fight and provide anything. But they kept me protected the whole time. That fight with the yokai never came near me. They are great warriors, and they are honorable and can be trusted.
All right. Mulls it over for a while, but he gives in. He's like, yeah, if you're going to stay and help us, we trust you, whatever. You've been only helpful thus far. What other hope do we really have, kind of thing? Like, whatever. Sure, why not? So comes over, almost like he's like a ashamed child, as he's kind of just like walking up to you, going to ask you some question he almost knows the answer to already or something like that. But he comes over and he's like, I deeply regret hiding this from you in the first place, but I didn't know what to do. I don't know who to trust, whatever. Spills the beans. You guys hear the whole thing just the way that Kenji did, basically. Does anyone want to handle reacting first?
I would probably just like rip off a piece of my scarf that has a like insignia from the Shippu and say, long has the Shippu served the Kazakuri, and long shall they. And then I'll just hand that to him.
Very cool. Takes it, looks at you deep in the eyes, and he's just like, I know it's not much, but having even even one, now 4 more souls, knowing this secret is a great burden lifted from me. I appreciate this. Also, you each gain 1 XP for this secret learned.
No.
By the way, how's everyone doing on XP? I feel like I don't know, could be.
That'd be 8 now, right?
Yep.
Very cool. Getting pretty close. Okay.
And then Chris starts over.
It was literally what I asked. I said, hey, if I do this, I will start at 0 XP. So I'm totally legit for it.
Sounds good.
Cool.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Can I think I would immediately ask if I could go meet him.
He hesitates.
Is that really a good idea? I mean, what is he doing here? Why is he here?
Basically,
you found him, but what is your plans with him?
Basically, they're just like, we need to nurse him back to health. We need to make sure that the Genko don't find out that we have him. This heir is very powerful in the sense that they actually expect that he has some sort of innate powers, and like supernatural capability, but not entirely sure what. And then also the kind of like ransom that someone could get from this guy is insane from the right people or whatever. Or even honestly, wars could be started over this heir should they find that he is alive and exists in the first place. I guess that Kenji would, or I'm sorry, not Kenji. Hideo is this guy. He'd probably tell you guys that they don't know exactly why he's there, but he's been missing for a super long time. And seems to have really not aged nearly what he should have. So they're not even entirely sure if he's like telling the truth. But
did you want to meet with him, Odama? Is that the plan?
That sounds like a yokai.
Yeah, I wonder if there's a way he could prove to us that he is who he says he is, because
and that would be important.
Well, I don't think this is the right place to hide him. I think he won't be that much longer before he's found. And as much as it is important to protect the monastery, like some of our core tenets, like you're not going to have anyone there who is going to be tempted to like give him away, like for payment or anything like that, because we issue all kind of like, worldly wealth. And like what happened to the Kazakura was such a dishonor and like such a travesty of justice that I think this is something that the monastery would be behind. By the way, and he's saying this because he's young and naive, and the monastery would be like, this would put us in so much danger. That's our number one thing, is like staying uninvolved. But I think my character would be like, oh my gosh, this is absolutely like, they would want to house him.
This would be very important for me as well. I feel like I would want to, because it's the old faction, it's very important. I feel like with their fall, it was very detrimental for all the clans. Yep. So bringing back some of that, the possibility of that.
But he said he hasn't aged as he typically should.
Yeah,
that's weird.
Yeah, so I'm saying that's why I want to meet him. Like the Imushi, like the other reason that the monastery I'm with get along with them so well. Part of it is that they help protect the peasantry, and so like that's part of being justice. And it's like if we could restore a structure again, right, there would be so much. There'd be a lot more peace in the land. And like justice could truly be restored. We wouldn't have all this injustice from the clans infighting.
I think we should definitely check this out.
I think something that was said is that he has lived for quite some time. Somebody has some pretty good knowledge of the past. Maybe you could ask him questions to discern whether or not he's has some knowledge of the past. discussion of it. So
I also want to make sure his age is a blessing or a curse. I want to know which one.
yeah. Does anybody feel confident when talking to him? Then you or
Anybody else? Anybody
there's
else?
not?
I would be gung ho about talking to him, but I don't know if I would be the best to actually do it. So, like in character, I'm like, yeah, let's go talk to him.
I think as long as you have the
Above table.
knowledge of history, we can test his intelligence of it.
Ooh, that's a good idea. Does anyone want? Can we try to like do a history check to see if we remember anything about like the Emperor's son? That's the
Sure.
person, right?
Yeah, that sounds
To
good.
see if they have like any affinity for living long for some reason. Like,
Yeah.
is that a myth or a legend about him?
Yeah, I do have a +4 in wisdom with Kinji.
I feel like this is probably specifically an intelligence thing as far as recalling actually having information with the wars with the clans and stuff. But if
Yeah,
all
then
of
let
you
me
want to
know.
make one, 100%. Let's just see who rolls the highest and move from there.
That's my worst stat, but I am
Do I?
so rolling.
I thought I did.
That was supposed to be +1, so it's only 6.
Okay, 6 for Alex,
-2.
6 for Yoshi, 5 for Odama.
Where is? Oh, there it is. Okay.
Well, I think we're all
We
just
are
going
not
to roll
history
very
buffs.
low.
That's kind of how it's
We are not history buffs.
Oh my gosh.
Ooh.
What
All
is
of you
going on?
Just looked at
Six,
each other like there was a
7, 5.
war.
That is insane.
All right, so basically, what's some common knowledge?
Hold on.
Basically, if that is what you're getting.
I'm logging out. So I'm just
All right.
logging back
Bye,
in.
Chris.
Well, you gotta clear all these out before you pull your new
What?
character in.
No, that's
He'll-
true.
He'll roll.
I
good.
logged out of roll 20 and back in. I'm resetting roll 20 for my side.
Okay. So basically, the info that maybe all of you would have, if that, except for the person that rolled the lowest, you don't know. You don't know. But basically, all you know is that the Kazakura clan is the one that the first emperor was under. Most of them were wiped out like almost 20 years ago, almost completely eradicated.
I have advantage as Tuniki. I have advantage on after a fail attack or ability check. I can re-roll.
If you want to, but you only get one a day.
Yeah, it's like the one included luck token, but you
But
can
use it.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah,
about to be
you-
gone.
Yeah, but yeah.
do it.
Hey,
Do
why
it
not?
to it. This one's gonna be way better.
Double ones.
Oh,
Hey, that was twice what he rolled last time.
Here we go.
All right. What was the final there? Well, 13. Oh my gosh,
13.
that's kind of good. All right, so
It's
Yeah.
above average.
yeah. So you've got more info. You'll know some of the specifics about the Kazakura clan, or maybe even some of the specifics about the first emperor. That's not as much common knowledge if you do go into this conversation with this person. But yeah, the rest of the common knowledge is just that there's like some surviving Ronin that have almost they hold the packs and the honor of the Kazakura clan, but realistically they're just kind of dispersed and they do their own thing. There's no organized crazy things that they're doing really, and they just kind of are seeking to restore their shattered house more or less. So you might know some of the more special details, but that's the common knowledge of what to expect. So Hideo hesitates at the idea, but if you guys want to go talk to him, he's like, all right, I will show you where he's at and we can proceed with this if you'd really like to.
Yeah.
Okay. He walks you to one of the huts. It's maybe the second or third worst looking hut in the village. Knocks on the door. A thin, kind of just like gangly older man opens the door. And he's just like, Hideo, how can I help you? He's just like, I'm here to check on Daigoto. That was his name. Yeah. He's like, I'm here to check on him. He's like, okay. He gets out of the way, and there's a rug. It's like very classic. There's like one rug laid down in the corner. You move the rug. There's a small, just like thatched door. And Hideo looks at you and it's just like, he's not in great shape, but he should be able to speak. Hopefully his mind isn't as clouded as it has been. And he just opens the hatch and leads you in.
Does the rest of the village know that he's here? or it's not only like
some
those who
definitely
need
do.
to-
I'd say basically
Okay.
anyone with any type of leadership does, and they're still like
Okay.
don't talk about it kind of thing. So like even if there's kids in the village at all, they don't know about it kind of thing. But in general, yeah, kind of. But yeah, he opens the thatch thing. There's just like a small couple steps down. It's really not much more than like a shallow cellar, and you see sitting in this area, bandaged up, younger. He looks like he's maybe 18. It's just kind of bandaged up. You see he has a large wound that's been bandaged on his bicep area and his chest as well. And he looks like he's kind of just like sleeping, slumped against the wall.
Kenji, did you want to give it a try? Kind of point at the injured part of his body.
To heal him?
Yeah, well, I mean,
Okay, yeah. Yeah, I mean, I can, yeah. Let me try to do I can just walk up and I guess Kenji would walk up and be like, please do not be afraid. We are only here to help. I am a healer. I can attempt to try to heal you, but I am not quite sure what it will do. I do not recognize these type of wounds.
Okay, he kind of like, as you take a couple steps closer, he actually does kind of like wake up and you see his eyes open. He slowly like tilts his head up at you and he just like doesn't say anything. He's just like adamantly watching you as you're speaking. And then right away, he's just like, you should leave. You should not be here.
I'm gonna go and just like back and like kneel, like face down in front of him while you're doing your thing.
You see like a look of almost sadness across his face as you do this, and really he's like viewing it as like you're trying to honor him even in this weird situation, and he's just kind of like, I've involved far too many already. This is not something that no one should be shouldering my burdens.
the village is going to be shouldering your burdens if you stay here.
Yes, they are. I asked them not to as well. I can't do much I can't really persuade them. And it just kind of shrugs.
Is it true that you are the missing heir?
Yeah, it looks over at Hideo and it just kind of looks frustrated. And he's just like, I didn't tell them anything. I'll leave. And it just kind of walks out the same door, kind of like shuts the door, the thatch door behind him. And he's like, it is really not anything that anyone should be involved with. But yes, that is the truth. Yes.
Could I possibly have gotten the piece of cloth before that guy left that I handed him?
Sure.
And I would probably try to use that as a kind of like a piece to parlay. Be like, Your Honor, sir, we're still here, ready and waiting, here to help. And I'm just going to show him the Shippu insignia that was ripped off my cloak.
Okay. You do that, and he seems shocked, honestly. He looks around and he's just like, are you all under the same? Have you all taken the same creed? I don't understand. You don't even seem related. You certainly don't seem united. Can I trust all of you?
At the moment, it happens to be our greatest strength.
Well, what can a terribly injured heir do for you then?
Kenji, heal you.
And after that, we need your name and your courage.
So be it. The sooner I'm healed, the sooner I can leave.
I will try and do a cure wounds, which is
This one last favor for us.
well, at least Shukenji's roll with wisdom, so that is good. I will use my luck token.
Okay. Already. This is the one earned for the record. This was one earned from a thing last session.
Oh, come on. Get over. Oh,
Is it 11 literally the DC?
yes, it is.
It's just enough. That's kind of fun. We'll make it a narrative thing too. Where you like, he's like, fine, let's do it. Sooner I'm healed, sooner I can leave. You lean down, and you begin to use this healing magic or this supernatural ability on him. And honestly, it literally seems like it like just doesn't work. Like you kind of just like can't summon it enough. And then it finally does. And you notice that he kind of like grimaces a little bit. And you see like some of his like not necessarily exposed wounds, but you can tell the spots that are injured almost like reshape and reform a little bit. And he kind of just like sits up and like you hear him just like crack his back a couple times. And he's just like, okay. And here I thought you didn't quite do it, Tanuki. I appreciate that. And you almost like right away, he like stands up, but realistically has to kind of like duck a little bit as he's 5, like maybe just shy of 6 feet kind of thing. So he has to duck in this cellar you guys are in. And he's like, oh, right. I haven't been up in a while. Well, I feel good. I think it's time for me to leave.
And we'll be going with you.
Then
How tall is Kuro?
Kuro is like 6'1", probably.
Yeah, so probably not quite, no.
So he's standing there like this.
Yeah.
All right, guys, let's go.
So I haven't done anything. I'm still like all the way down. And then when he's like, he stands up to leave is when I will like finally move and be like, wait, what caused these injuries to begin with?
I'm not sure that you would understand if I told you, to be honest. I don't know that I will tell you. The more you know, the more danger you're in. Go ahead and make me a charisma check.
Me?
Yep.
Yeah. We want to see
Oh.
you succeed at this. Also, the secret is he fell down the stairs.
Right? Yeah. That's 6 total.
Yeah.
Okay. He hears you out and he doesn't shrug you off. It seems like he honestly would like to talk. Maybe even like you kind of feel that, you kind of feel that vibe just like emanating off of him. But he kind of just like, I shouldn't tell you. I should not tell you. I should leave and remain. You should remain safe. The more you know, the more danger you're in.
You should come with us. You should go to the unnamed monastery. You should know its true name. I don't know its name yet. I mean, I haven't finished my quest yet, but once I have, then I get to know the name. But you probably already know the name, and you should go there. Like, we can keep you safe. Now that you're well enough for travel, we could escort you. Surely they take you in.
It seems we must escort you, my lord.
I mulls it over. This one's going to be a little bit different. I need 2 checks. I need a charisma check again. And
do you want to do it or do you want me to do it?
I think I'm just like vomiting words. Like, I'm not like, I'm like, wait, don't leave. Talk to me. Let us help you. Like,
Well, I can do that.
And then I would also like just a D20 for a fate roll here. See some things behind the scenes.
I think I should not roll the fate one because I don't think I've rolled over a 6 so
Let's
far.
get better than a 6.
I believe in Chris for the fate roll. And you said you wanted to do the roll, Andrew, for speech. Do you have a good charisma?
Yeah. No, I don't.
I've rolled a lot. I've rolled I've taken too many chances.
Yeah, Alex, you do it.
All right, I'll do the fate run.
We've got one roll over 10 so far this session. We can do it, guys.
Here comes fate.
Wow. Okay. So he now has a motivation to go there. Let's see how the charisma check does with it.
I think it's a good thing that DC was 2. So
Just don't roll in that one and you will succeed.
oh please, let's go, Andrew.
Yeah.
What you got? That 20?
We are going in the same direction as you are. We'll make sure that we'll protect you along the way.
And that 20 on my end.
How do you know it's not?
Yeah. Okay. So basically he's like, I will take your suggestion and I will go to the monastery. I will not be traveling with you.
Oh, he said what he said.
The dice have spoken.
I think that's the way that it goes.
Yeah.
No. I'm not trying to change his mind. Not trying to change.
Yeah.
I think Odama would bow again and be like, as you wish.
Kenji would be like, if you must go and you must travel separately, and Kenji would take off their leather armor that they wear, and would hand him his leather armor, and would be like, you're going to need to be prepared if you're going to travel alone, separately from them, separately from protection. Take my leather armor and take my flint and steel. That's all that I have to give. And I would pass that over to him as an offering. Not trying to convince, but just something to help him maybe along the road.
100%.
Looking
He
like a
reaches out.
bikini on that man.
Yeah. He reaches out and kind of like grabs. He hesitates for a second, but then he reaches out and grabs the armor, and in doing so, he like intentionally like grabs or like touches a part of your hand holding the armor, and you are immediately just like almost just kind of like flooded with a quick vision as he touches you. Of you're like in the same room, and you're looking at this guy, and you see his eyes just like blaze with fire, like extending and lighting up the entire room in your mind's eye. And you also see him just like wearing this insanely ornate, just like cloak of scales. And it's all just like a quick vision. And then you like snap out of it. And then he just like looks at you super earnestly. And he's just like, I deeply appreciate your honor to me, that you would honor me in this way, but I will be all right.
Does he need, I'll ask him if he needs any supplies or rations or weapons for the journey.
He's just like, I need not for any supplies, especially from travelers such as yourself, as you will need it yourselves. I don't want to take anything from you, but I will be.
She will look up.
I will be all right.
Kenji will kind of look up, kind of like stunned, and would just look at Odama and be like, he will be fine. He will no longer need our assistance.
Okay.
But I'm not going to say, I just won't say, I'm like, Kenji would just be in a state of like disbelief and honor. And at the same time, like all this stuff being because Kenji also is from Shipu, right? Was it Shipu to Kinja as well, from that region of being a temple priest, so he would just be very honored to be in this presence and just have this flood of emotion. But at the same time, just knowing that he saw something, but he can't say what it is he needs to say to anyone else that's right there. Like the words just don't come to him to say it.
I think that's going to make Odama like hesitate for a moment, and then he's going to take off his just for my picture, there's like these ridiculously large beads. That's like his like token from the monastery. And I think he's going to take that off and hand it to him and be like, for when you arrive, to show that basically that I sent you, and you can give them my name. He'll tell him like his full name.
That sounds good. He takes these and adorns them himself, and he thanks you. He's like, this will be very helpful. Especially if I fail, these will be very helpful, and I appreciate it.
I think sensing Kenji's like reaction, I'm gonna bow again and like go down all the way down on my knees and everything until he leaves the room.
And before we do anything, I do want to try to convince him to meet us in a location later, so that way hopefully we can do a little bit of like, doubling back, sharing information, and also like kind of insinuating like, hey, if you need us, just do the whistle and hold up your fingers type of thing,
Okay. And that sounds good. For the first time, he might be a little bit more revealing with what he's actually saying, whether vague or not. But basically, he's just like, I will repay this honor to you. You have bestowed good upon me, and I intend to repay that. The least I can do is visit you again, even if just in spirit, on your travels. And I will do so. I plan on it.
You good then? Let's get going before it gets too late.
Okay. He walks out of, basically just like comes out of the basement. Hideo immediately just like turns around and is just like looking at the like door as it opens and sees him walk out, and he's just like, he just kind of just looks horrified. And he's just like, do you have any of the clothes that I came with? And Hideo's just like, no. And he's just like, that's all right. I should be good. And like he's wearing just like linen pants and bandages, kind of thing. And he's like, I should be fine anyway. I'll take my leave. I deeply appreciate everything you did for me and the village of Anzen in general. You won't have much to worry about in your near future. Thank you. And then he makes his way out. Just literally says nothing else to anyone, walks out the door, walks out of the village, and just like walking in the direct direction of the where the monastery is, regardless of what's available for a path or not. He's literally just like walking. And that's that. So
I didn't know I've heard the like bedtime stories, but so that really happened. Like his line actually does exist. Remember, I wrote terribly on this. That's all I know is like legend. He's like from like the grim other tales to me. Like he's like not a real. Yeah. He's like you use those stories to teach principles or to teach behaviors. He's not like a real person. Or his family isn't a real person. People. I mean,
yeah. Don't think too far into it. Odama, his clan will be wiped out completely once he goes, or he might just make it. Who knows?
I'm just gonna grip my hands a little bit as you say that.
What'd you say?
Just gonna grip my hands a little bit harder as you say that, and my hands are always covered with like cloth as well.
Should we follow him at a distance, maybe?
I don't. I'm not an awkward character.
I fear he has his own journey, and we have ours.
We should get going. You're right.
All right.
Andrew, thank you for that.
Not as tall as I thought he'd be, though.
You don't want tall people in our group, don't you?
No, I mean...
To throw off the balance?
Yeah, that would be weird not to be second in command anymore.
Yeah. I didn't know I was first in command. Just because I'm tall doesn't mean I'm in command. I look over at you.
That's funny. That's funny. Both of you think he was talking about you.
That's how it works in the monastery, that he thinks, at least, that it's entirely based on height.
On height? Everyone was just a little bit taller. And
the tallest is the person who's in charge of the monastery.
Oh, interesting. Do you grow taller, or are you just that high? Gradually?
Comes with the promotion.
Yeah, I think it's divine, by divine mandate. If you grow taller, you're meant to lead. As you can tell, I'm not meant to lead.
If I ever get chopped down, then you can... Cool. All right, let's do this.
So you guys are going on your way. Kenji staying behind in Anzen to be a protector and healer. All right, let's look at what we have uncovered thus far. It's not a whole lot. You've got some rumors of certain regions here and there. There's two interesting and specific things marked on the map. Anzen, the very village you're from, and the unnamed monastery, which is really only on the map because Odama has been kind of specific about like, this is where I'm from. So it's there too as a marker. So what did you guys plan? I guess, okay, so I gave you guys some info, but not necessarily viewers at home. So basically, you guys, what did you have to work with? You pretty much heard rumors of things, regions, and where you're traveling to. Why can I not find it? Should be right. Ah, yes, okay. So to the more direct south from where you are, to the region labeled 11-2, you've heard of travelers speak of the just like a strange liminal space where spirits convene with the material world and moderate clan activity. To the south as well. Also, the region more to the direct east, 14-1, is rumored to have more treacherous travel with cold snaps in the mountains, and it's likely to lead to less clan conflicts, but more exposure to the elements and potential danger from adapted beasts there. So it's a little bit more wilderness, less person traveled. Your overall goal still remains searching for the monstrosity known as the Lord of Bones, somewhere in the east of Mado. You're not entirely sure where yet. The thing is a bit more of a urban legend than anything, but you are all sharing that as a goal to some degree. So what's the play? What do you guys want to do?
I like the second choice.
Yeah,
it sounds exciting.
I don't want to deal with spirits, at least not right now.
We also don't have an idea of where the Lord of Bones is I mean, we could go in and talk and kind of get more information about if sightings have been seen of him. And so we know exactly what part we need to travel to.
I think we just know generally east, right? And then I think we talked about that, doing the one that was a little bit more terrain difficult and monsters, maybe not the spirits and stuff. So I'm fully on board with that.
Cool.
Yeah.
That sounds good. So you guys are commencing your travels. You get all your stuff ready to go. You know you're going to be traveling. So at this point, it's basically you're going to need to consume 1 ration during travel per player. And then otherwise, you'll pick whoever you want. If multiple people want to make checks to get moving, you're welcome to. Otherwise, it's pretty much just going to be wisdom checks to see who can navigate the smoothest. And
can I do rations for everybody? Like hand out rations for the travel and everything? Are you guys okay with that?
You picked up some, didn't you? Or you grabbed some
I
from somewhere?
have so much rations. I wouldn't mind opening up. Because it'd be 3 rations, so it would open a slot for me. Because 3 rations take 1 slot, so.
I'm not going to turn down food.
I won't turn down food either. Thank you.
Perfect.
You've done it again.
If nobody wants to lead, I'll lead. And if nobody wants to lead, I would like to forage again along the way. But I wouldn't mind.
Why don't you forage and I'll lead?
Okay.
I'm gonna try to keep a lookout. I'm honestly just want to watch the backs of these two. He's gonna look forward, and I'm gonna look after foraging the backs of both of them while they're doing their tasks.
Okay.
Be a wisdom roll for leading.
Yep. Go ahead and give me a wisdom roll. Generally, you're looking for a 12 or better, at least for the first leg here. We'll see how we do.
Yeah, if I can count this as foraging, I do get advantage because I'm wilderness born.
Okay. Yeah, let's start with Andrew.
Did 11 or higher, right?
No, unfortunately not.
So
the good news is, okay, so
That's weird because it shows a nat 20 on my screen.
What'd you say, Chris? You're muted.
Thank you.
Oh, shut up.
I'm just kidding. Okay. All right. So for the travel itself, let's see what happens here. Gosh.
Do you need a roll from me at all for that?
What? Oh, for just watching people's back?
Yeah.
Yeah, if you'd like to, absolutely. Go ahead and roll a wisdom check as well.
Okay.
So let's see.
Maybe help mitigate the damage or the negative, whatever.
Should be no damage.
Okay. So as you are traveling, there is okay. As you are traveling, you get to you're noticing that the terrain is changing. You travel most of the day before you really have any big issues. You notice that the terrain is changing, and one of the biggest things you're seeing is it's getting drastically colder. You've been climbing uphill for quite a while at this point. Already in the distance, you can see really large cliffs and mountains, and you can tell you're starting to get into that terrain. There is finally a consistent blanket of snow on the ground. It's getting chilly. So unfortunately, as you are leading, you are stepping along, and you take one step that sounds more than just like snow crunching under your feet. You hear, as you step, you hear like a rope sound, just kind of like rapidly like bind, and you feel just like this tight grip around your ankle as this rope grips you, and you see it kind of like spring up out of the snow a little bit as well. But there's one like rock that you can tell the rope, whatever this like rope trap was fastened on, and the rope just gets hardly stuck on that rock, and you really can't tell where it goes from there. So you're just kind of like there, you spring it, tight rope, and like a large grip on your ankle, and you see it lodged on a rock as this trap kind of malfunctions. What are the rest of you doing? Or what are you doing? Yeah, I guess starting with you,
grab the rope and just hold it to its tightness.
Okay.
Just in case if it tries to pull, if it accidentally does trigger fully.
Okay.
And
sounds
if I
good.
noticed him in a trap, my my check was to just watch his back. So if I noticed him about to get caught by a trap, I would probably just like maybe even try to use my like mini sword to cut the rope, if that is a good idea. That's like my first reaction, but I don't want to like actually trigger the trap. But my first reaction, cut the rope.
Okay, you did roll well. Step. You get ready to cut this rope, and you notice like as soon as you're about to cut it, because you're like acting fast, as soon as you're about to cut it, you kind of see the rest of this trap mechanism, more or less, and there is hidden behind some snow that was disturbed from this. Now you realize that there's a tree that's just like completely like bent over to the ground. They're venturing to guess that's where the rope leads. You can kind of maybe even see it tied off at the tip of the tree there, but the rock, it like just got lodged on the rock, and it's just enough to not fully let go of this thing. So you see what's happening, and it seems relatively safe to cut the rope. So that's the plan.
Yep, that's the plan. And just to be certain, is the rock about to fall on somebody, or is the tree about to slingshot somebody?
It looks like the tree's about to slingshot or at least hoist someone up in the air, kind of thing.
Okay.
So that's all good. So basically, you snap this rope with your blade, and you watch. There is the slack is released, and you watch this tree just like whip up so much snow in this rope super violently, and then you hear in like kind of in the distance, you don't see anything yet, but you hear a bunch of just like hideous laughter and voices, and it sounds like these voices are rapidly approaching you guys. You can't.
I'm gonna want to look at everybody and say, "Quick, quick, hide!" And then I want to drop the trap spell scroll on the ground as we like shuffle away.
Interesting. Just kind of drop it there.
Yeah, just like in the middle of the scuffle or whatever. So it seems like something or someone was there, but they got out. But they dropped this treasure.
Okay. I like that. Okay. Is everyone following that lead? Are you guys hiding?
Can I
just take a?
Keep going.
I'm just going to take a quick glance at this trap as it had wrapped my leg, to determine whether or not if it's a animal's trap or it's an actual a person trap.
You look at it quickly, and it seems. Oh, okay, really good check too.
Yeah, with a 19. Yep.
It seems crude. That's really high. I'm going to say that it seems crude to the point that you kind of almost instinctively think right away. You're hearing that, you're seeing that for voices, or the voices, whatever. You're putting it all together instantly. You're venturing to guess that this is probably just a band of goblins or raiders trying to get any kind of food they can. The trap's crude as heck. It'd be for whoever steps in it.
Ooh, cool. I follow behind Yoshi.
Okay.
What are the odds that this is Chris's trap?
I don't.
Can I have? I'm thinking Odama would have been off a little bit doing his foraging. If I could resolve, I accidentally rolled early for my foraging.
Oh no, you're good.
I got a 15.
Yeah, we can definitely do that. It'd be kind of funny if you like stumble upon this as you were kind of foraging too.
That's what I was thinking. I'm off a ways. I hear that. I come running back. I see them as they like just finishing hiding. So wherever I am, I will quickly hide as well, following their lead.
Okay, yeah, that sounds good. Yeah, you find a few things as you're foraging.
I'm a little bit further back or something. Maybe I'm the opposite side of where the sound's coming from or something like that.
Okay, yeah, I like that. So during your foraging, you do find a few things. You find some animals, first off, like especially smaller games, squirrels, maybe even like a pheasant. But you gather enough for easily 2 rations, I'd say. And like right about the time you're wrapping up whatever you're doing there, you're like meandering back to the group or whatever, and you hear the cackling of whatever this band of creatures is in the distance, and you kind of like maybe run out of the brush at this point and be like, oh, I see my friends panicking and hiding right now. So anyone that is hiding off of this now kind of lost trail, go ahead and give me a dexterity check as well.
I actually have advantage on hide checks as well.
Perfect. Let's see it.
Oh, Andrew, this is not going to be good.
Oh,
Looking for any tree that I can hide behind, anything thick enough.
Just FYI, who's ever wearing that lamellar armor has disadvantage on stealth.
Their armor, probably me. I should
Since
take
you
it
rolled
off
a
and
20.
bag it. Yeah.
Yeah, I hate to say that to you guys, but wearing lamellar armor gives disadvantage on stealth and swimming.
Still good.
It's fine with me.
Still
Nice.
good. Okay,
Honestly,
The
so
bags are kind of like tight. You know, when you strap your backpack really tight and everything, and it's like held to your body. And I just cover behind some trees as fast as I can.
I don't think
excellent.
my
Okay.
role matters. I think I'm just like really far back.
Do we
so
tell-
it doesn't, you know.
I mean, you did say you were out foraging.
You know what? You are
Should we
far.
have
You
told
are literally
Odama?
not next to. You are literally not next to the rest of the group. I will treat it as an advantage roll, and that actually makes sense. So go ahead and roll one more time, and then if it's bad again, you just. Well, that's decent. That's not bad. Okay, it's better.
Okay.
A little better.
That's better. That's better. 11's not too bad. Okay, so Yoshi did great. It'd be like an 18. Even I guess Kuro did great too, with a 17. Odama's 11. Okay, so I will say that you guys are able to kind of just like duck behind some of the nearby stones or trees or whatever else. And Odama, you hardly like dive behind something, but you actually witness the creatures crest this like little hill first that they were hiding behind. And you see a pack of like 6 goblins that are just kind of like coming up, and they're just like sprinting, like rusty short swords in hand, and they're just like running up to this tree, and as the tree is still kind of like fixing itself there, and they see an empty rope, and immediately they're just like, "Oh, what the heck? What the heck? We've been trying this for so long. We're starving. How'd the thing get away?" And they're kind of like, you see them looking over the rope, and trying to like figure it out. And yeah, they're very distracted right now, first off. So if you guys wanted to do anything, you're welcome to. 6. Or you could just...
Did they happen to notice the spell scroll on the ground?
Given time, they definitely will. You're confident about it. Okay. So as long as you guys are just watching it play out, basically they analyze the rope for a little bit, realize it was I'd say they probably realize it was cut, not necessarily broken. But they're like, well, where's the rest of the rope? What's going on? And they kind of like look at the area, find the footsteps in the snow, whatever else, and realize that there's a spell scroll just kind of hanging out there. Okay, Alex, it was your idea. Go ahead and give me a fate check.
Hopefully this fate accounts for the fact that goblins are...
Yep.
All right, let's see.
Oh my gosh.
That's what I like to see. That's what I like to see.
This is going to be awesome. So
you speak it and it comes into existence.
Natural 20 with that crap. Okay, that's hilarious. All right, so they come over. They come over
just
to
killed Chris. He didn't even get to introduce himself. I'm just kidding.
They're looking at this spell scroll. One of them kind of like pick it up. They're as soon as that one picks it up, another one slaps that one. Literally just like slaps in the face, just like boom. He drops the spell scroll. They kind of literally just like fight over it for a second here. And as they're fighting over it, they're like, be like, careful, you don't even know what it is. You notice that the spell scroll literally just kind of rips, like it ripped right in half. And you see like the two goblins holding either side of it. And they're just like looking at each other. And they're like, well, that's no good. And then you watch as all 6 of these goblins, like you're watching as like time freezes for a moment for them. And then you see from the precipice of where the scroll was ripped, their bodies completely spaghettify and literally just like are sucked into a black hole, and all of them and the scroll just disappear instantly.
What?
Ooh.
Okay.
Leaving all of their magical items behind.
A dagger might have fallen out of a pocket.
Yeah, they had no food.
And just like Puss in Boots, I'm gonna stand forward, just hands on my hips, like, and that's why all of my traps always work.
How did you know it was gonna do that?
Well, you see, the fold.
That's fantastic. So after, unfortunately, they don't leave you anything. Everything is sucked into this black hole spell, more or less. So, so what do you guys want to do with that? They came from somewhere. I guess right away you'd see the tree, kind of inspect the area. You see that their footsteps led from a specific direction, a little bit further down into like this, just like down a hillside kind of thing.
I mean, we can see if they've been looting, if anyone wants to take that little detour.
For sure. I would be very down. Just because they don't have food doesn't mean they have nothing valuable.
Okay. That sounds good.
On a journey like this.
And by any chance, did we happen to gain any experience for instantly killing a band of goblins?
That was pretty sick. I feel like, that whole experience, the spell scroll experience, you learned something. You learned something about traps. You learned something about goblins, about spell scrolls that are not identified. I'd say one experience for everyone.
All right.
But it is pretty easy. You see literally exactly where they came from. They're not covering their steps at all. They seem pretty desperate and dumb. So you find a small area where they were all like literally just kind of hiding and talking to each other until this trap was sprung. But just past that, their tracks actually lead into a small little camp that they've made with tents and an expired fire. And they have a few different armors.
I would say that okay, so it's completely empty.
It's got some stuff. You find like there's one chest that you venture to guess was just like a community chest in the camp that has a few different weapons that they've clearly looted from things. Nothing of extreme value, but there's enough weapons and maybe small amounts of gold here and there even, that what you find at this goblin camp is actually maybe a relatively safe shelter if you wanted to shelter before you carry on. But otherwise, just enough junk to amount to another XP.
Okay. Sure. Absolutely. And do we happen to find Chris in a jail cell?
That, I would say right about now, you guys are realizing right about now that there is someone, you're kind of like done looting the camp. There is someone that you realize is literally looking over you. They are on top of the hill that these goblins were kind of like hiding under. You look up and see this figure at the top that looks, let's move it back to the NinjaDark page for a moment. Stand by. You see this person show up. Yeah. So you see this person at the top of the hill. What exactly are they? What is everyone seeing, Chris? And what is this person doing?
So you're just seeing a man dressed, he's in his gi, I just kind of staring down at what's happening down below. And he sees you guys walking into the cave, and so he'll walk up to you guys and introduce himself as the name's Kordai Arimoto. Kordai walks the road, minds his business, and punches problems until they apologize.
Oh, gosh.
Then just kind of, and if you all appear to be decent folk, those that look like can handle yourself. And Kordai does like to be in decent company. And if you're not, well, Kordai guesses this road's about to get educational. So
you sound like a good travel companion to have. I think you should join us for a meal.
Nah, I'm going to need one answer out of you. What's your clan?
No, none of that talk. He's the Beth clan.
I come from a region, but I am of no clan. I do not claim the clan that is within my region, but I am from the Mota Yoga region. I've traveled these roads, wandered these roads, but I'm not sure what it is I seek. I go where the world ends up.
I see. I'm going to pull Odama a little bit closer, and I'm like, so keep your enemies close and keep your friends closer, or whatever the saying is. Do we let him in?
How tall is he?
Ooh, that's a big one.
Yeah. So, so as Kordai just kind of walks up, to introduce him, he'll walk up to Odama, and he'll say, Kordai, don't trust easy, but he does observe. And as he says that, you see him kind of barely look up, because he's trying to size. He's sizing up Odama, realizing that Odama might just be just a little bit taller than him.
Odama might be?
No. I'm only 4 foot tall.
Yeah. No,
Okay,
we'll keep Kordai short. We'll keep Kordai short for you. Yeah.
I swear, are we gonna have any normal sized people in this group? Can I stand out like a sore thumb?
He feels like a mountain. He feels like he carries himself like he's a mountain.
I see you in the distance. I see Kordai in the distance. Yeah, I see him in the distance, and then when he finally comes up close, I'm like, wait, dang it, really?
Yeah.
I would love it if he looked like a normal 6 foot tall person, but as soon as he just gets closer, he doesn't even look like a dwarf or anything.
He's sizing
Come
himself
on.
up to Odama because he thought he was going to be bigger than Odama until he got closer.
It's the opposite effect as normal. He's like 7. The further out he goes, the taller he looks.
It was the way that the sun kind of shone behind him, and it was his shadow actually that you guys were seeing, not actually him.
Okay.
That's
Well, if he meets your criteria, Odama.
He would be too much of a threat. Does look like he eats well though. We can keep him fed and he can keep us safe.
I tried reading once, but the book didn't make sense, so Cordai won.
Okay. Take it easy there.
Cordai has an intelligence of 8. Like, he has,
nice.
Okay.
You have a higher intelligence than me, by the way. So Odama's immediately like, "This guy's brilliant." Like, what do you think?
As a genius.
yeah.
All right. I'm all right with having him if you guys are willing to vouch for him. But you know how
I'll break out some rations from my pack and be like, I have rations. Cordai does come prepared.
We just ate not too long ago.
I'm
be
still
good.
hungry, and I'll take it.
So if you don't mind being a lookout for this area, I feel like I just ran into a trap, and I don't like running into traps. How good are you with scouting, Cordai?
Cordai don't judge. Things just miss.
Oh gosh,
So I think I'll scout this one.
enough wisdom to understand what the heck you're saying, Cordai.
Cordai. But Cordai, he wanders well. I got a +1 wisdom, so I can do a wisdom check.
Okay.
Cool.
I got +2 wisdom just in case we need it as well.
Okay. I will say, since you're all kind of thinking about it and bringing it up, this is you do have some travel left in the day here. Now that this event is taken care of, we can definitely keep moving if you'd like. If you want to like camp out here for any reason or do anything else, you can. Otherwise, you can keep just traveling into the mountains from here.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's make it happen. Let's get one
Cordai
more.
don't get lost. He just ends up where he needs to on purpose.
Kuro's going to look around to see if he can find any winter equipment that he can kind of throw over himself, keep him warm.
Okay. I will say there's enough. There's enough pelts and scrap leathers and things like that you could actually fashion something warmer than what you're currently wearing. That's decently comfortable for sure.
I'm going to tuck some of my armor with it.
100%. Otherwise, if you guys are ready to keep moving, let's get one more person to give me a navigation check. It sounds like it might be Alex.
Sure.
Does Cordai have any room to carry anything?
Yeah.
13.
Okay,
13, very good.
can I do some more foraging along the way?
Sure, absolutely. Go ahead and roll another check for that. So the 13 is solid.
I also have a space or two open for items as well, if you need it, Homer.
I'm just thinking I got more mouths to feed now, so I need to, get some
That's true.
more than just a pheasant and a rabbit or two.
Hey, real quick for you guys too. Like, so something I've kind of seen like through like some of the stuff from Shadowdark and all that. If you need to free up, I don't want to say free up space, but like if you have like caltrops or you have like something that can be attached to your belt type of thing, like a bag of whatever, you can always like say you're attaching something to your belt, and that frees up like a space in your pack. I've seen people do that. Or like I've seen people. I don't know if it counts as a pack or a lawman slot, but like wrapping the rope around you. So, but I think that would count as a gear slot. But I have seen people use like tying caltrops to their hip as a something you don't have to use an action for to take out of your bag if you need to use it.
Okay.
Interesting.
That's an interesting workaround.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I think I saw it in the core. Was it in the core book? No, somewhere I saw it. One of these things I saw it.
Gotcha. So
Not necessarily lighten the load, but easier access.
Yes.
right, that makes sense. So the 13 to navigate, you do more successfully navigate and avoid any issues this time around. And then the 12 to forage a bit more. I will say that you do find enough stuff. You do find enough stuff to what would be worth 2 more rations.
I hold that, the 2 rations.
Yeah, I got room for that.
One, because you can get 3 in one spot. So it'd just be one spot.
Yeah.
And it's all these crazy, just like snowberries that you find. You find like a whole patch that's just like a bunch of just bushes of these icy blue berries. You try one, you don't die. You're like, yeah, these are edible. We're good to go. You gather a whole bunch of them, 2 rations worth for that. And that is done while traveling now further up into the mountains. It is getting pretty snowy and lofty, and travel in general is definitely not as easy. There's not many cutout paths whatsoever. In fact, most of the terrain is just jagged stone covered in ice and snow, looking something like this generally. A lot of the terrain just kind of looks hard to travel. And that's kind of what you're going through now. But the good news is you haven't seen anyone this whole time. You've not seen any other travelers. The goblins at like the base of the mountains were your only concern. You've seen no clan activity, no evidence of recent activity. It's not somewhere that travelers would typically go. So you're going to avoid a lot of the issues that might come about otherwise. On your way through, let's get one more who has the highest wisdom? Is it Alex with the +2? Okay. All right. And he's the one navigating, so it just makes sense. So so Yoshi is going through and he is seeing it's cold. First off, you guys have bundled up with whatever you can at this point. And Yoshi, you swear that for a second you hear like you hear a voice, but it sounds so far away. Like it sounds so distant. And then right away, there's like a hard gust of icy air that kind of comes across the party here. And it brings with it a kind of just like sheet of snow. And then after that first wave, almost immediately, the snow just keeps coming. And it's like near blizzard conditions, almost out of nowhere. And again, you hear what you think is maybe a faint voice. What are you guys doing with that, if anything?
Okay. I'm definitely gonna like swear just a little bit and be like, Inari, dang it. And be like, did you guys hear that?
Inari, dang it. It's awesome. I would say thus far, no one actually does hear the voice at this point, except
I don't know what you're talking about, Yoshi.
That voice, it was in my ear.
That wasn't just the wind.
Did it feel feminine or masculine? The voice?
Good question. I'm going to say you hear it again, and you hear 2 voices, almost like you can't hear what's being said, but almost like they're talking back and forth, and they sound really playful. It sounds like a female voice and a male voice. And at this point, maybe the rest of you would hear something like that too.
Okay. And I'll be like, there it is again. 2 of them this time.
Almost right away. It's followed by another one.
If something's talking, it ain't talking to Cordai. That's probably for the best.
Now, you're noticing the snow is kind of almost like warping around the party itself, where you're almost like in the eye of a torrent of sorts, not like a huge thing, but like just enough to encompass you all. And in what is now almost this wall of snow circular around you, you swear you're seeing like almost forms in the snow itself as it's blowing across. And then even the occasional face. You're seeing the face of what looks to be like a person wearing like a bird mask for a split second, then it goes away. You're noticing the face of just a very plain like white mask with just 2, it's almost like a doll mask where it's just like 2 feminine eyes. And this is kind of just like flashing around this torrent around you. And the voices are kind of just like, they seem to be just like chattering back and forth in a very like ancient language of some kind as well.
Try to listen and see if I could detect what kind of voices, what's the language that they're using.
Same.
Okay. Go ahead. Actually, no need for checks there. Basically, you're just kind of like there. You really can't do a whole lot about what's happening right away. So you're just like taking it in. You're listening to what they say. You can't. It seems like a mixed language, but it's an ancient language that you know is like akin to like a devilish or like a fiend speak type of language.
I have a Oni giant.
Oni is honestly maybe, even if it isn't Oni, it's like close enough that you can maybe make out a few things here and there. And it seems like they're speaking in almost like a really childish way back and forth. Like they're literally like communicating children. And they're laughing about what's happening. They're all excited or whatever. And then right before, it's actually like just enough of a cue for you that you basically hear one thing that's like, okay, let's get them kind of thing.
Swords, weapons. I just yell out. Everyone.
Very good. And I will say that's enough to eliminate the surprise round that they may have gotten on you guys otherwise. So you see some of these forms just kind of like blistering speed, just kind of like plummet out of this torrent and towards you all. And let's go ahead and real quick, everyone roll initiative. Give me those dex checks for initiative. We will go with the highest roll first, and then just down the line from there, and repeating.
Ooh,
Dang, oh my gosh! Okay,
Right? He's like, well, let me save my good rolls.
yeah. Okay, we'll see if they can do anything with that mess.
What was the initiative? The dexterity bonus or what?
They have a +2 as
Yes.
well.
Yeah, cool. That's what I thought.
Yep.
The less important it is in combat, the better I roll.
Okay, nice. Okay, so did it for you. They actually rolled a 20, a dirty 20, but Odama still beat it with the 22. You all rolled really high. Everyone rolled high. So you've got the first jump as you see these forms kind of just like somewhat just like plunging towards you now. What is the first thing you're thinking of doing here?
I think I've been trying to be like, oh, this is no big deal, as like everyone's like, oh my gosh, the snow and stuff. Because when it's non-magical, like difficult terrain and things, like it doesn't affect me. But I'm like actually been like, this really sucks. Like, why is this so much worse than normal? So maybe I was a little more like alert to the fact that this couldn't be natural.
Fair.
Is it like a whole bunch of them, or how many was it? You said just two?
You're seeing distinctly. I'd say like you've made out 4 thus far. You're not positive that's all of them, but 4 distinct figures and faces flash before you every now and then.
How in danger do I feel?
Very.
We are in danger.
If I look around me, is there any caves or like protected areas from the wind or something I could put my back to? Like a cliff, not a cliff, but the opposite of a cliff, like a rising cliff from where I am.
Okay. I would say right now where you are, no, but just outside of this torrent, there is like a bit more of like a cliff wall that you could back up against. So like you're not far from it, but it is outside the area that you're circled in, unfortunately.
Okay. I think I'll call to my companions and be like, let's head in that direction. And I don't think they'd be too affected by poison. I think I'd probably just move in that direction and then, or actually we're kind of in like a line, right? Like we're like gathered together.
Probably, yeah.
I think what I'll do is I'll call to people to like head that direction and then maybe move to the front of the line and just like get in a combat stance and sort of like readying if one of them tries to pass me to, punch him or something.
Okay. That sounds
Not a bad idea.
No type of a stance.
Absolutely. Okay. That sounds perfectly fine. And we'll remember that if something crosses you, you will act at that moment. So kind of like come back to that. You will take your action, whatever that looks like kind of thing in preparation for that. So I'm cool with that. I'm just going to go straight down the line from there. So Chris, you would be next to determine what happens.
Well, I mean, if Odama wanted us to follow him to an area, I would probably just follow in that area, like follow to where Odama's saying to go to.
Okay.
So
Are we all trapped in the center of this torrent right now?
Basically, you're definitely in the center of it. You don't really know how trapped you are, but you are in the center of it. I mean, it seems it's a lot of snow. It's heavy snow, but you don't really know exactly the structure of whatever this torrent is that's around you.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I'll just kind of go move with Odama because I don't know what else I would do right now.
I think I kind of like moved up to the front of the direction we were traveling and I've planted myself there. We should probably try to get out and get something to our back or in that direction.
That sounds good. So, so Adama's almost like standing there, like we should go there. I'm going to cover you guys for a second, kind of thing. So, do you want to start heading, hopefully, out of the torrent towards the wall, so you're not as?
I'm going to be following. But I'm also going to be yelling out, "Are you the Lord?" I'm going to be speaking in Oni. Are you the Lord of the Bone?
Very cool. And as you do that, that's kind of like, we'll keep it like a fluid thing here. So that's kind of fun. As you do that, you hear them kind of like continue to laugh back and forth. And whoa, this is kind of fun and crazy. Give me a charisma check against monsters.
All right.
They kind of just laugh and they're like, the voices back and forth, and they're just like, ha, he mentioned, oh, we shouldn't say. And they kind of just laugh about it some more and ignore you otherwise.
They're not who we're looking for. We need to move. Yes, correct.
So Chris, I just want to make sure what did you want to do?
I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm just kind of I don't think it's like Cordai just kind of, he's gonna be in this tournament, but I'm not gonna know what it is.
Fair.
So I'm just gonna kind of be bracing myself really more than anything.
Just stand next to me, maybe.
Let me ask this.
I was going to say, I was following with Odama, like I was following with Odama, and just kind of just bracing myself, just staying aware of any attacks coming in.
Yeah,
but there's nothing to attack. There's nothing to see other than this torrent. So
there are partial forms that are coming out of the torrent specifically, and you can actually see them like enclosing on you at this point. You can see 4 distinctly right now, and they seem to be all kind of different shapes and sizes for the most part. But they are coming out of the walls of the torrent themselves, like kind of like heading towards you after basically saying, hey, let's get them. Okay. So
yeah. So I would just basically at that point, I would be trying to taunt them. Whatever's coming, I'm just going to taunt them.
Okay.
And I'm going to be, I'm just going to say, Cordai once ended a fight before it started. Other men just caught up. And I'm going to just try to taunt them and flex a little bit to really just taunt if there's something in that area. So,
all right.
I don't know, would be
charisma? In this case, I'm fine with maybe strength or charisma.
Okay.
Your pick. And the DC is honestly going to be really low too.
Okay.
That'll be your action. And then Alex will be on deck.
Well, I hope it's lower than that.
Yeah, you're good. It is very low. These things seem to be acting like children. So they kind of bite on that right away. Even if they maybe even know better to who cares? This guy's taunting me, but they also just kind of seem to be acting chaotically regardless. So they seem to straight up pinpoint you. You see them kind of coming out of the torrent and maybe a few different directions in front of you. And then they all kind of correct their path going straight towards Cordai. Seems to have worked flawlessly. So Alex, what are you doing?
In Sylvan, I'm just going to say hopefully you guys understand it. And if you don't, you're screwed. Duck. And then I'm going to throw a blinding power. It's a near-sized cube DC 12 dex check for anyone in near. And hopefully I can get all of the 4 people in the torrent or around the torrent.
Okay. All right. Is this powder?
It's a blinding power. It doesn't say anything about.
Okay. So that's that's a supernatural or magical thing for sure. Okay. Perfect. Mm-hmm. Sounds good. Go ahead. Is there a check associated with that already?
DC 12 dex check.
Okay. They got to make it. Okay.
Everybody in near size cube needs to make one.
Okay. That's fun. Who speaks Sylvan?
Not this guy.
No, not me.
No one. That's awesome. All right. Well,
I speak Thanian is what I speak.
Nice. Okay. I'm going to roll a couple checks for them real quick. There are 4 of them. DC's 12.
Yep.
They are able to avoid that one. Let's see. Okay. 1 failure for sure. Okay. So one of them failed.
Wow. Roll real well.
Well, you notice that as that one is the one that does fail, the rest just hardly kind of almost you really can't make out exactly their details, but one you can tell that they shift their form away from what's about to happen. except for the one which just like eats it. And it's the one wearing, it's actually kind of a bigger form. And when it goes blind, you notice that it's like becomes a little bit more corporeal looking too. And you see the form of just like a really big kind of buff and almost generic looking Oni with like tusks up and down. And he seems to be just kind of like holding like this ice club. And then he kind of just like not disappears, but he becomes less visible again, like the rest of them. That one's super blind. The rest seem to have kind of faded away from it just in time. I don't know. Would everyone roll to avoid that?
Depends if this torrent's near.
It definitely is. Dexterity checks for everybody.
I really thought at least two of you would have understood Sylvan. I really did. There's like 3 languages for you to pick from.
That's really funny.
That's not one of
I just
mine.
speak common and dwarf.
Okay. Cordy manages, is not blinded.
Corduroy, he stares straight into it and not affected by it.
Nice.
Oh no.
Well, thank you, Yoshi. Thank you for that. Oh, the fight, the samurai is now.
Try one stare down the sun. The sun blinked.
All right.
I think round, right? Before this work, before everything happened, doesn't he get a surprise round since he's a samurai?
I could have used it. I didn't want to use it though. I was like, hold it back.
I wasn't sure if it was something that just happened or something that was connected to how many times.
It's one time, one use of a day.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure you got something.
I got stuff, but I don't know how I would do with it now.
Now that I'm blind. That's awesome. Okay.
Just one round. Okay.
That's not a 1d4 round situation. Could have been worse.
Well, somebody's gonna die today.
Odama's blind. Kuro's blind. Okay.
And one Oni.
That's
Slightly
true.
less blind though.
Yeah. Okay. I guess I'd bring us. Go ahead.
I feel like I would have saw the Oni up here, and hopefully I'll try to give everybody a heads up. They're Onis.
I agree. Okay, very good. And then Kuro, now terribly blinded. You're like, what'd you say? And look directly at this blinding power as it happened. So what do you want to do? I will say you straight up can't see what's happening. You can still hear what's happening, and you remember vaguely where things were before you went blind.
I think I'm gonna yell out, where is he? Where is the Lord of Bone? Tell me. I got my sword and trying to look confident, like I am not blinded.
Okay, sounds good. Give me another charisma check.
Yeah.
Are you doing a one creature a day that hears you makes a morale check? Talent.
Let's do that. Actually,
that's what you're referring to.
Yeah. Let me also do my key shout. Couldn't roll for my wisdom.
Do you roll for a key shout, or does the creature roll?
It would be the creature roll. So once a day, one creature that hears you makes a morale check.
Okay.
So I'm yelling it toward whatever in the direction in which they came from last that I saw, and I'm yelling out, where is he? Where can I find the Lord of Bone?
Okay, that sounds
I'm doing it in a way to where intimidate whoever I can. So yeah.
Okay. So
maybe a 1 in 4 chance, like a D4, to see if it's the blinded one.
Sure, we can do that.
Just to see if that helps.
Yelling it in Oni.
I'm yelling at Oni. Oh yeah.
I love the idea that it's the 2 blind guys who are arguing, pretending like neither one's blind.
I know.
I'm not blind. You are.
I can see you. I can definitely see you. No, I can see you.
Honestly, let's just say it is the blind one. That's going to be the most interesting thing that happens here. So you're yelling out to this person. So what you rolled was an accidental wisdom roll, or was that a charisma check?
It was my charisma check right there.
Okay. All right. Perfect. Good. Since this guy's blind, he kind of just like panics. The rest of them almost like not retreat, but they're less in the fight technically. So this one is kind of blinded. You're yelling this out, and really they're all just like, you hear that one specifically, and it responds in Oni, and it's just like, what are you saying? I can't see anything. And that's kind of all he says to you right now. But that's kind of just like a multitasking thing. So he's supposed to make a save against your other thing, right?
A morale check.
Okay. Morale check.
Please.
Or he.
They have to pass a DC 15 Wisdom check.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. He's going to fail that. So along with what are you saying? I can't see. But he just kind of like, you see him kind of just like stumble back into the torrent a little bit and just kind of vanishes.
Because Andrew's blind, he doesn't see that.
Fair. Everyone else would see that. Well, Kordai and Yoshi would see that.
You know what? I'll do something morale-wise just to intimidate him. I like pull out a red cloth out of my side pocket and I wrap it around my eyes.
Oh,
just to show off.
Brutal.
And I have my blade. I pull out my samurai blade.
That's actually awesome. I love that.
You know what's hilarious
For that
about all that? That was all visual intimidation.
Yeah,
exactly.
You can't see. What? It's still sick though.
How is it going, Yoshi?
I love that even more. That is even better.
Yeah, that is somehow even better. All right,
perfect.
Oh my God.
So now these creatures would act actually. So you see kind of all at once, these three rush in. They are one kind of meets directly with Odama. And you have the chance to, this one seems to be like doing something to you. And then you also see the other two kind of go past you. So what do you want to do, Odama, in response to either the one that's right in front of you or the ones that are going past you?
I feel like I don't see that. So I'm whatever. Would I be able to sense it like in some way? Because otherwise I think I wouldn't have a response. I would just take it.
I'd say that you could hear, you're definitely going to hear the ones running past you.
Okay. Is it the one that's doing something to, like, going to do something against me? Will it be a non-magical ranged attack?
No.
Okay. Because I have like a deflect missiles thing, so I thought it'd be kind of cool if I was also blind and like using that ability. But I think I'll try to trip the guys who are gonna run past me, if that's something I can do.
Okay, that sounds good. Go ahead and maybe just give me a dexterity or strength check with that.
16.
That's really good. Okay, so one of them are running by, and it would be Kordai specifically. You're realizing this one is like running right past Odama. Somehow, Odama sticks his short leg out and just completely like just kneecaps this form. And you see it kind of just like stumble and like become one with the snow until it finally like reforms itself a little bit. And it really is like it's closer to you this time. It's like it really is like a mix of just like air and snow and ice, kind of in the form of a person shape, sort of.
Can I actually have like gone to like this run, like dive out like with one leg forward and like slide on my knee? But like I was trying to punch him, but completely missed, but trip him with my leg.
Yeah, of course.
Oh, I hear you. And then like I completely miss the punch. But I still trip him with my foot.
Yes, absolutely. That one is kind of just like stumbled and on the ground now. Very good. Okay, so the one that's right in front of you, Odam, is going to, not that you see this necessarily or no, but you just feel, you hear just like a shriek of laughter. And then you feel just like a slap across your face, literally just like you got slapped in the face. And you're like what? That didn't hurt. It's more insulting than anything, but I'm going to need you to make a wisdom check. And then Kuro, despite being blind, you hear a giggle. You hear just like a loud slap sound and then a giggle responding with something like, okay, there's one down.
Can I scream in agony like I'm dying?
Yeah.
I hear the voice.
Yeah, like I don't know that I tripped the guy. I just think I completely whiffed. And then I just got like I'm just being mocked horribly. And I'm just like, oh.
Yeah. I hear the voice and then who went down? Then I hear Odama and I'm like, no, Odama, darn it. Second tallest.
Damn. I'll actually see what's going on, and being incredibly superstitious because of my background, I'm gonna be like, oh no, they got him. Just because of the dramatic scream.
Awesome.
I'm even like down on the ground now too. Like it,
The one that was prone, since he's going to be able to stand up right away, the one that you tripped and knocked prone actually did take damage upon that fall. So he manages to, that thing manages to kind of like reform itself and stand back up. and then looks Cordai in the eye. And before you even flinch or react, this creature's hand is on your face as it slaps you as well. And I need a wisdom check from Cordai as well. Okay. So it feels like nothing. You're totally fine. You're not hurt, except for this thing did slap you. And then Kuro, again, you would hear a voice. It's similar to Oni in the language still. Say something like, all right, that's one more. We're doing good. And then the last one.
Yoshi!
Last one sees
or die.
As far as you know, they're just dying. The last one, realizing that one more person was struck, and they seem to be counting you out at this point for whatever reason, actually does skip past Cordai, and then directly to Yoshi, and same deal. Basically, you're just getting slapped in the face. Let's get a wisdom check.
Nice. Hopefully this works. Now, before this resolves, I would like to use substitution. If I am hit, I can perform a DC 15 dex check to avoid damage, and it also replaces me with an object of close range.
Okay.
So DC 15 dex check. I don't know why that was +4. That was supposed to be +2 last time, but now it's +3. Ooh. Okay, so before we talk about that, let's also talk about the fact that I have the lucky rascal. I'm gonna go ahead and re-roll that.
Did you replace yourself with the other hand slapping? Like it was not that one?
Hey.
Okay, see, there we go. So what actually happened, right, was I threw my Ninjato straight in the air, and then he went for a slap, and then I just replaced my Ninjato. So I'm just like in the air.
So sick. Sounds great. You appear literally just like a couple, like, I don't know, maybe like 5-10 feet above where you were. And your sword is just like there. That's a sword, right? Ninjato is a short sword?
Yes.
Okay, cool. And it literally just like appears where you were and then hits the ground. And you see this creature like look down confused and then look up and see you like basically above it, kind of like falling towards it. Sick. First off, that is all their turns. So that's a good start. You hear them kind of like talking back and forth, and they're basically just like, oh, almost got him. So it's just the two now. And they're still kind of like laughing and having a good time. No damage with these, by the way. Nothing crazy. That's it. So that's their turns. They seem to be basically just surrounding you and adamant to slap you, I guess.
Just to mess with their heads, I'm also gonna respond with, all right, that's one down.
Perfect.
Getting Sylvan again too.
No, a comment so they can.
I guess it's just you and me, Yoshi.
Okay.
Isn't the blindness wearing off now?
Yes.
It should be.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
So remind me, was it Alex that rolled the best? Was that the top of initiative?
No, it was Homer.
It was Homer. Okay. Oh, look at that.
Yeah. So it's
Okay,
just
cool.
right in line.
Yeah, that's amazing. Okay, so back up at the top. These things seem to have done what they're doing. I don't know. What are you doing? You've received a slap in the face. You don't necessarily feel any different, but yeah, actually, I'd say you literally don't feel any different.
Back.
Okay.
I mean, I fight with my hands, so
Yeah, that's actually amazing.
Specifically try to slap them.
Do it. Go ahead. Roll that attack check on this one that's in front of you to literally just return with a slap. It's just a slap contest.
So I do magical damage with my limbs and stuff too, by the way.
That's actually perfect. Oh my gosh. Okay, so you slap this creature. So you get slapped, and you're like just enough. Maybe it's what makes you able to see again. You like squint and make sense of what's happening in front of you again. This form's right there, and you just slap him back. And when you do, you literally just like slap the head off of this formless creature. Just like boom, and there's just like poof, just a mist of ice and snow, and then that form kind of just like dissipates.
Damage?
No need.
Okay. Guys, they're very slappable. I found their weakness. They will blind you.
They will blind you. Yeah.
Yeah, those
Like-
those Narnonis blinding everybody. I know it.
Yeah.
Yama, how are you alive still? Rip off the red cover over my eyes. I see.
Like, take that.
Would I?
Take your blindfold.
Can't see a thing.
I see again. No point in it. It was just a flex to scare one of them at least.
I love it because Odama wouldn't have known you were blinded. He would just like his vision would come back and you've just blindfolded.
Yeah, Odama can see what's going on, looks back, he's like, Coral's wearing a blindfold, takes it off. Like, what happened?
I think
Oh gosh.
I'm like, oh my gosh, this guy is so deadly. Like you did almost all the damage against the lady last time too, and I'm like,
Yeah.
this time he's fighting snow demons blindfolded. Like, oh my god,
This guy's an absolute monster.
Terrifying.
Oh my gosh,
Sorry, we
that's awesome.
already got a Chuck Norris.
Did you get? Well, yeah. Did he get
No.
slapped? Did Kuro get? Is there any fits? Can I see
No.
anything?
What's going on?
It's a slapping contest.
It said that it got two of you.
I was slapped, but I slapped him back, and so now he's dead.
So I heard Yoshi say he got one. Okay.
That's two. That's right.
All right, Kordai, you are up. You see Odama just slap one and it literally just kind of dissipates and goes away. There's one right next to you, still in this kind of like weird formless thing. So there's two left total. There's one right next to you, and you see one next to Yoshi as well.
Do I?
I want to give.
No, I wouldn't be able to do that. Yeah, I'm just going to I'm just gonna do the same thing. I'm just gonna attack, just make an attack on whatever's like right in front of me.
Okay.
Can I give my ally a +1 to the morale check? Would it be a morale check?
I
I don't know how that fully works.
For what? I'm sorry. I think I'm confused.
For his attack, for him attacking. I don't know how the morale check. I know how the morale check goes for enemies, but it says I can give my allies a +1 on morale checks.
Yeah, so if we were forced to have to do a morale check because of like something making us do it, then you can give us that +1. But with just a regular attack,
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
I wasn't sure those.
That makes sense. No worries. That makes
Yeah.
total sense. Okay.
16.
16. Okay. What kind of attack is this?
It's just a straight like punch. Fighting. He fights mostly unarmed, and they also do 0 magical damage.
All right. They do magical damage?
Well, it's 0. It's considered 0 magical damage. So the hit is considered magic. So creatures that can only be, because there's some creatures that can only take damage from magical weapons. So
these creatures.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. Okay, just making sure it counted. So that's perfect. And that does hit. So basically, you are going to kind of do the same thing where you literally just like you punch this creature like in the face, and your fist goes completely through its form, and then the rest of its body just kind of like.
I see Odama like slap the one, and it just kind of I see that, and I look, and I see the one. I just throw a fist out.
Yeah, literally, just boom, just go. It's just like, just go straight through the head. The rest of the body just dissipates into the storm.
Yeah.
And there's
Believe
only
it or
one.
not, that fist only moved an inch.
Yeah.
This I don't know what just happened, but it works for me too. Another one down.
Perfect. That one dissipates. There's really only one left. They are not in a situation where their morale will fade from being defeated. So they're not going to be into the whole normal morale checks that you would see from other creatures. And I'd say that you even notice that as like characters too. In fact, the one that's left laughs. The one that's left literally just like belly laughs at their allies just being like decimated by you guys kind of thing. So Yoshi, you are up. There's one of these things right in front of you.
Nice. One of these things right in front of me. And I'm going to assume maybe I'm like still descending
Yes.
from the air. Yeah. Unfortunately, I don't have anything that's magical damage. So I'm just going to kind of grab my ninjato that's, let's say, like sticking into the ground. It's going to like land, grab that, and like do a backflip. And then can I tell if these guys are level 1?
That's a good question. That's really interesting. They are, I will say that for the sake of skills and things, they are equivalent to a level 1 creature. I'll just leave it at that.
Okay. Sleep only works on level 1 creatures, and that's the only magic I have. So I'll try to cast sleep on it.
Okay. That sounds good. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That sounds good. Go right ahead.
Do you choose who gets affected by this? Because
I think it's target, not near, but I don't have it in front of me right now.
We can call
What
it
is that?
target in this instance anyway.
No, it's near actually.
Yeah.
that's why I was asking, because I was pretty sure it was near as well.
This is the only thing I can do.
All of you to sleep.
This is the
After
other thing I
blinding
can
you.
do.
Did you guys? Well, but remember, sleep only works on a certain level.
Yeah, level
Oh
1.
yeah, both Homer and I want to use actual names. Odama and Kuro are both level 2, and I should be level 2 right now too, because
Can you
everyone is
sleep level
10 because everyone hit 10 XP.
I will say yes. Even if you don't like do your stuff, I'd say you're in the clear in this specific instance because that just
I'll
So
allow
I'm
it.
gonna cast sleep.
Awesome.
that's it. Go for it. This is gonna be fun. Oh no! How does it look like as sleep fizzles out and fails basically?
So I just start like weaving a lullaby. It's gonna feel like a near-sized cube, right? And all living creatures in that effect fall asleep. But I'm basically just like tickling them. I'm not seeing where you may or may not have to contest this, but I doubt you're gonna lose.
Oh,
I don't see anything about that for contesting in sleep. It just says
I don't
No,
have it
leave
in front of me. I
alone.
just have the one on the gameplay chat that says
Oh,
sleep
okay.
tier 1 wizard duration instant. So
Yeah,
It's just-
I copied and pasted that from the
Gotcha.
book.
that is all it says. Yeah, that
Yes.
makes sense. Okay. Yeah. So
what would we use to determine if it works or not then?
if you meet the DC of 11,
The
if it's
DC.
tier 1.
Yeah, remember what? Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, remember because it's DC 10 plus the tier of the spell that you have to pass. So you have to do a DC 11. So if you're doing a tier 4 spell, you have to get a DC 10 plus 4. So you have to make a DC 14 to get one of those spells to take effect.
Okay. I definitely didn't realize that. I just thought they were all connected to specific spells.
But the thing is now you cannot cast it now until you get a rest in.
Yep.
Right. So you prepare this lullaby, and all of your friends around you are basically just like, stop. And this creature in front of you, you see kind of like a giggles some more, and then like almost does like a little prank, like giggles a little bit, and then you hear it just kind of go like a honk shoe kind of thing, and it's just like, just kidding. And unfortunately, it's still there as well.
Okay.
But Kuro, you can see now. What are you doing?
It's left on there. I mean, you guys took
I
one,
think
two
just
out.
the one.
Just the one.
Yeah.
I'm
One.
going to charge upon him. Now, you know what? Let me just restrap it. Just seeing Odama impressed of my stature, I'm going to restrap the cover over my eyes. But
My
like,
man.
I have a little bit of an eye.
Okay. So you're not actually blinding yourself. You're just making
The
it look
closed
like
eye is covered, but it's like diagonal. So the first
Yeah.
eye I can't see is uncovered.
Pretty much. And then let's go ahead and go for an attack on him.
All right, perfect.
Let's see.
Somehow we even make Shadowdark hilarious.
Right.
Come on. Let's do this.
Oh my
Oh.
gosh.
Boom.
I was gonna ask if this was a magical attack, but if it's not,
Yeah, it's a magical attack.
all right.
And then I say some words in like Oni.
Perfect. The
And I
blade.
put my blade away.
That's like all right.
Nice. This is
Yeah,
almost
this
like-
thing just like held in place for a moment and then just like turns to dust and just like vanishes, and you all watch as the torrent around you just kind of like slows and dissipates. Now, important bookkeeping. Homer and Chris, you were hit with the slaps, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right. I got to remember that. That's important. That is an
Did our
important
roll
thing.
matter? How well we rolled, did that matter?
Oh, it mattered. It mattered. So, we'll remember that. But basically, so let's wrap up this scene here. So the torrent just vanishes, more or less. It's completely gone. And you are back to basically just the later end of the day at this point. And yeah, I don't know there's nothing left behind of the battle. I will say this is probably the first time you guys have experienced creatures in this form. And maybe just going through that whole situation was enough for literal experience. So 1 more XP for everyone there. And
Everybody's all right. I'm kind of surprised. I was hearing it. These creatures talking, and Oni saying that he got 2 of you, and yet none of you are hurt. Maybe a little bruised on the face.
Yes. Not quite sure what that was, but I felt something, yet I feel nothing.
Once I recovered from my snow blindness, we were all blind, right? So,
No, I wasn't. It was only me and Yoshi that weren't blind.
Oh, okay.
Wait. Would I been able? I would have seen the slap coming if I wasn't blind, right?
Yeah. It was kind of like it was mystical, supernatural in the sense that it was upon you before you could even think.
But would I have seen like the hand though? I guess what I'm getting at, what I've seen, like, was it like the hand of that with a creature, or was it like just a different type of hand?
It was that creature. It was the same creature.
Okay.
There was kind of the same thing with the rest of the body. Like there wasn't a lot of details, but you could feel that it was a hand more than you could actually see it. Almost, you know what I mean? So yeah.
And we're going to be facing what is he? The Lord of the Bone. He's like one of the powerful Onis, I would imagine.
Luckily, this time, just my pride was wounded. Cheek.
I do, however, like being incredibly superstitious. And the reason why I'm superstitious is because my noble family ran into a large amount of misfortune. And now I'm just kind of like not a wanted traveler, but a vagrant, more or less. So being superstitious, I'm going to be like, guys, I really think we have to kill that last Oni.
I'm not scared away.
Yep. I just think we need to kill that last Oni. And then I'm just going to look at the 2 that got slapped. And I'm going to say, for Inari's sake.
Would we be able to make out any tracks? Like if we did like a check of some sort?
Wonder if any of you know anything about Onis or how they operate. Very mystical in a sense for myself to know.
Okay. There's gonna be 2 checks here. There's gonna be one for tracking.
I do speak Oni.
One for tracking, one for knowledge. Both of them are insanely high DCs. Thinking 19 or nothing for both of them. So
I think Odama should definitely be doing the
tracking because I get advantage on that if I can count it. I mean, I know it's magical, so maybe I don't, but if I can use my Wildernessborn to get advantage on checks to track.
I will allow that for the tracking one. That'd be a wisdom check. Who wants to tackle the other one? The knowledge.
What was the other check?
I can do the knowledge one.
I only have a +1 to my intelligence.
+1. I have
you don't have me doing intelligence. I'll tell you that right now.
I have no +2 to my intelligence.
better than a -2.
So I'm rolling on luck.
Okay.
But like I said, I have let's do it.
Nat 20.
There we go.
7.
Oh, Nat 20. Sick. You've done 2 in a row.
Okay.
Hey, we pulled out some pretty sweet rolls in that combat, but other than that, we have no.
Yeah, it's gonna go back to their 7s and 6s and 3s.
Yeah, when they matter.
As far as you guys can tell, it is impossible to track these creatures. You see no evidence that they were ever here whatsoever. So you really have nothing there, unfortunately. And then the knowledge thing, you've heard of Onis. You haven't seen or heard of this specific event necessarily, or the things that transpired during it in any way to kind of like give you an inkling of what to expect or what just happened. Unfortunately,
we might be closer to finding the Lord of Bone, but I'm afraid that we're not really prepared for any of actually facing something magical of the sort.
You know what? I think you're right. We do need to train a little bit and maybe get a little bit better as a team. First off, all of you, this is the word for duck in Sylvan.
You all learned the word for duck in Sylvan. That's awesome. That is
I'm going to misunderstand and think it means the food duck. Why is this so important, but not say anything?
That's awesome.
We should take a break and get some food. I wonder if in these parts they have some kind of a village or a little town or something kind of scouting out.
Is there even a path at this point?
We lost the path already?
Honestly, there's one thing that finally comes like just visible enough. You see on one of the peaks, maybe the nearest peak even, like you basically just travel up the mountain a little bit further. You see a distant light coming from a cabin. It's like on the peak of this mountain, basically. It looks like a just like normal, honestly, relatively cozy and well-built looking cabin with just a faint light coming out from pouring out of the window, and it shines even a bit brighter as the day is getting closer to coming to an end. So there's a little bit less sunlight, and you see the amber glow of whatever lights inside of this cabin. This is the first time you're seeing it.
Good place to stop.
Does it look inviting? Like they would want
It definitely
visitors?
does. Yeah, no, it looks super inviting. Actually, it looks like it looks so nice that it's like, why is that thing out here?
Oh, okay. I'm gonna turn to everybody and say that's definitely a trap. Let's go.
What? Come on.
It looks so warm.
Trap or not, we are going to freeze out here. We need shelter, and it's getting dark.
I'm like, I
All
agree
right,
with.
all right. Yeah, my stomach growls
least-
just a little bit too loud, and I'm like,
It's not a trap if we walk in knowing that it's a trap.
That's right.
Then you're the trap.
Once again, Odama's like, yeah, he's right, actually.
No, that's true. Okay.
I kicked it on purpose.
Anybody want to lead it? Did I just take point again?
I'd happily take point. I've got the full wilderness born has advantage on checks to track, forage, or avoid getting lost in the wilderness, or to notice natural hazards. So I'll go first to try to especially track a safe path up to the cabin.
Good.
Sounds good. In fact, really no check necessary because you are capable, especially with that kind of a thing. You are able to make your way up this mountain. It definitely requires being careful, but of course, with Odama's excellent leadership, you do before long come upon this cabin. And just as you're about to like actually kind of reach there, like you're at an actual like near distance to it kind of thing at this point, you see a figure up here in the window and like looks out, and then like you see it kind of like quickly duck from the window, and then you see the door of this cabin open, and you see a woman peer out from this door, like very pale skin, dark hair, and you see she's decked in warm clothing, and she yells out to you right away. She looks something like this, by the way. She yells out to you right away, and she says, "Wait, stop. Are you travelers? Do you have anything to trade? Please. I haven't been able to go out in weeks. The storm's terrible."
How tall is she?
She is like 5'5".
So she's moderately beautiful.
I slap Odama on the head. There we go.
I literally wrote down, the taller the woman, the more attractive I find her.
Gosh, is that like some kind of
Very few things for my personality. That's like one of three things.
That's so funny. He's got a whole
code of honor?
chart of just like heights and importance per class and race, everything.
Not realizing exactly how ugly I am.
How attractive women are. 3 codes of honor. That's it.
As long as you can trust, as long as we can trust you, you can trust us. We have some food if you need some.
Yep.
I look at everybody else.
We've got stuff to trade. We don't. I think I'd even call out like for a woman as beautiful as you, like we won't even haggle.
And then I'll call out, you can leave him outside if you want.
She's like, that sounds good. The last part. Okay. And then she kind of just like motions you inside, and she's like, I have tea waiting. Let's go. It's freezing out here.
Before I go in, I'm going to check out the place.
Okay.
Or let's see, what is that? The for wisdom?
In this case, go ahead. But it's, I guess, yeah, that'll be, go ahead. We'll say probably wisdom.
I think I'm feeling really homesick from this.
Here we go.
So you, you're kind of like making your way in, you're careful and attentive to the outside. It looks like a very nice handcrafted cabin, like super nice. There are very like strong foundational beams, and even like the posts holding up the corners of this cabin are like very large and sturdy, like tree trunks. And yeah, like all the wood's cut very nicely. It's like a very prim and proper cabin. It's put together extremely nicely.
Like looking to see if she's who she says she is or who she looks like she is. The actual human's house. It looks like it's been lived in.
It does seem like it's been lived in for quite a while. Despite it being sturdy, you can tell it's definitely been there a while. It's got age on it.
Okay.
Go on.
But yeah, she basically welcomes you in. As soon as you enter this house, amazing. Like it's like the fire. She has a fire going. It's absolutely beautiful. It's just a cute little cabin. You can tell she's got tea made right now. That's not necessarily set out right away, but you can tell like she has tea made, and she kind of like brings it over and like sets that whole thing up there for you, kind of thing. And she's like, just like, it's like, please come in. I am starving. I haven't eaten in like a week. I have tea and that's about it, and wood, and I don't really have much wood left even. And she's kind of like, you can tell she's kind of panicked a little bit. But yeah, she's just like desperate and so pumped that you guys are here. And honestly, maybe we'll just kind of leave it there for now, because it's going to be a whole scene to unfold, I imagine, from there, because she's got stuff to tell you and everything else. So maybe we leave it there for now and pick this up next time around.
Definitely. Makes sense to me.
Slip my Spider Girl poison into her tea.
That's messed up.
I don't know. I think I'm unaligning myself with.
It only does 1d6 damage. I'm sure she'll be fine.
We're on the way in. It's like, is this place normal? Is she human? Seems fine.
Yeah.
Odama's like, I'm gonna poison her.
Yeah, like she's gonna die like from 2 damage.
Straight up, like the first normal person we see. Oh, this can
Yeah.
happen.
Poisoned right away.
That's enough of that. Okay, cool. Very good.
It's like it's the NPC that we need for the campaign. Murdered right away.
Yeah. The MacGuffin. Could be.
Yup.
Could be.
Man.
Okay.
It's the only non-Oni for the rest of the campaign. And Otama's like, too suspicious, take her out.
Can't risk it.
For real.
Yeah, don't touch her. Burn the cabin down. No.
A literal Oni walks up next episode. We should trust him.
Yeah. You freaks would. All right, cool. Very fun.